In the enchanting and mysterious world of Chinese entertainment, there was a moment that recently caused a stir among fans. A seemingly simple interaction between Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi that held such intense and unspoken chemistry. It wasn't just a casual glance, nor a simple greeting in front of the camera. It was a moment that revealed Liu Yuning's courage in expressing a side of himself that is rarely seen, sincere, bold, and completely focused on Zhao Lusi. When the two were at a promotional event, the atmosphere seemed relaxed and professional as usual. However, when the camera captured the moment when Liu Yuning's eyes met Zhao Lusi's, the entire room seemed to pause for a moment. There was warmth in that gaze, but also courage, the courage to show feelings that until now had only been implied behind smiles and jokes. Many fans noticed that Liu Yuning's gaze was different this time. She didn't try to hide her admiration, didn't try to look away, and wasn't even afraid of looking too intense. In front of Zhao Lusi, who was smiling shyly, Liu Yuning appeared calm but meaningful. And that's when fans began to dig deeper. Was this just part of the promotion for their drama, or was there something more real between the two of them? Liu Yuning is known as a humble, slightly shy person who deeply respects his colleagues. But in front of Zhao Lusi, there was a small but noticeable change. He became more confident, more open, and didn't hesitate to show a masculine side that he rarely showed in public. In one interview, when the interviewer jokingly asked, "How do you feel about working with Zhao Lusi?" Liu Yuning just smiled and replied softly, "She makes everything feel easier." With Lucy, the atmosphere becomes warm without having to try. The answer sounded ordinary, but the expression in her eyes as she said it, that's what made fans' hearts flutter. There was something sincere there, an admiration that couldn't be hidden. As an actress with natural charisma and a charming smile, Zhao Lusi seemed to enjoy the dynamic between herself and Liu Yuning. On several occasions, she was seen teasing Yuning with light-hearted jokes, making the atmosphere warm and full of laughter. But there was one moment, when Liu Yuning looked at her without speaking, where Lucy suddenly fell silent, then looked down and smiled shyly. This spontaneous reaction made fans scream in the comment section. They stare at each other like the world belongs only to them. Liu Yuning's gaze really pierces the heart. Zhao Lusi can't hide her feelings. A behind-the-scenes clip from their drama reinforced the fans' speculation. In the video, Zhao Lusi was seen struggling to hold back laughter during a serious scene. Instead of getting upset, Liu Yuning smiled gently and said, "It's okay, take your time." His tone was understanding, and his gaze was gentle, as if he understood Zhao Lusi's every move without having to ask. And when the camera shifts focus, Liu Yuning is seen continuing to look at Lucy, even after the director calls her. That gaze, a secret gaze that convinces the entire fandom, there is something deeper than just professional cooperation. The two complemented each other perfectly. Zhao Lusi with her cheerful and spontaneous charm, while Liu Yuning with his mysterious and attentive calmness. When they shared a scene, the world seemed to stop spinning. No words could describe the magnetism that emerged between them, a magnetism that could only be felt, not explained. In a world full of fakeness and acting, this kind of chemistry feels too real. And that's why fans are so captivated, because they don't just see two talented actors, but two hearts that seem to resonate in silence. Even outside of the drama, when they appear on variety shows, the aura between them remains the same. In one moment captured on camera, Zhao Lusi is talking to another host, and behind her, Liu Yuning watches with a small smile on his lips. It's not just any gaze. It's the gaze of someone who truly enjoys the presence of the person he admires. And when Zhao Lusi finally turns around, they lock eyes, just for a moment, but it's enough to make the whole room feel warmer. They understand each other without words. There is an intimacy that is too natural to be just acting. That gaze is like an unspoken confession of love. Neither Liu Yuning nor Zhao Lusi has ever directly responded to the rumors of their closeness. But what they showed through their actions, their gentle demeanor, the way they looked out for each other, the way they spoke to each other, was enough to give clues. In every project, Zhao Lusi was known as a professional and focused person, while Liu Yuning always radiated respect for his co-stars. But this time, there was something warmer, more personal. It's as if they are no longer just co-workers, but two souls who find comfort in each other's presence. It's not just because she dares to show her admiration in front of the camera, but because she does it in an elegant and sincere way. There are no excessive sweet words, no contrived gestures, just a gaze that speaks deeper than 1,000 words. And perhaps that is what makes this moment so precious. Because in a world full of pretense, Liu Yuning dared to show her authenticity. She didn't try to hide. She didn't try to cover up. In front of Zhao Lusi, she was herself, and that is true courage. We may not know what Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi really felt behind the scenes. But one thing is certain, that secret gaze has touched the hearts of millions of fans. Because sometimes, love is not always expressed with words. It is present in silence, in honest glances, and in the courage of someone to no longer hide their feelings. And that night, in front of Zhao Lusi, Liu Yuning showed his courage, with a single glance that said more than 1,000 words. A simple glance can hold 1,000,000 meanings, and that night, Liu Yuning showed his true courage in front of Zhao Lusi. Do you think it was just professionalism, or a sign that there were real feelings? Write your opinions in the comments section. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on stories full of chemistry and love secrets from the world of C-dramas. See you in the next video.